Welcome into Golden State Warriors today by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Hope all of Dub Nation having a fantastic week. We have an awesome show cooked up for you today. Warriors making a move in NBA Summer League, adding a player to their roster who's an absolute YouTube legend. And then we'll also get to the latest injury news on James Wiseman and a rumor out there about a bench piece who could come to the Warriors by the name of Eric Bledsoe, who's expected to part ways with the Portland Trail Blazers. But to that aforementioned move of the Warriors bulking up their roster to a certain degree, Golden State has signed Mac McClung. He will now play for the Warriors in the NBA Summer League. He was previously playing with the Los Angeles Lakers, but the Warriors had a need to fulfill on their Summer League roster with one of their draft picks, Ryan Rollins, sidelined with that foot injury. So now McClung will take his roster spot. And the Warriors are familiar with him. Why? They played him on Saturday, and Mac McClung scored 17 points. He's also shooting more than 60% so far in Summer League as it goes from the California Classic to the Las Vegas Summer League with an increase in competition. For those of you who don't know Mac McClung, if you want to know more about Mac McClung, we have you covered. So he was an internet dunking sensation while playing his high school ball in Virginia. I'm talking this guy was before Zion Williamson. The numbers on the YouTube videos were absolutely crazy, and that's why he was a crazed prospect going into the collegiate ranks. Starts his career playing for Patrick Ewing at Georgetown, transferred to Texas Tech to play for Chris Beard. If he elected to go into the NBA draft a year or two earlier, there was some chatter about him being selected. Instead, goes back to college to try to make a run at the NCAA tournament under Chris Beard, one of the best coaches in college basketball, but then goes undrafted in 2021. Signs up with the Lakers, plays Summer League with Los Angeles last year, and then didn't make the initial roster, played at the G League level, and was G League Rookie of the Year. You take a look at the numbers that he was able to put forward last year at the G League level and take it with a grain of salt, right? Because the G League level of competition is not all that good. 21.5 points per game, 7.5 assists though. I want to focus on that number here just for a second. I wanted to see him become a better distributor of the basketball. He was able to do that. Little less than 7 rebounds. He shot nearly 47% from the floor and more than 37% from long range. I'm really excited to see Mac McClung in the Warriors player development program. We know that the Warriors are where they are, basically leading the charge as far as all NBA organizations, in part because of their ability to groom, develop, and fine-tune players. And Mac McClung is a prospect that I want to see them develop over time. Long vision here. I'm thinking that Mac McClung can become an Alex Caruso type. He's probably more gifted on the offensive end, more bouncy and more athletic as compared to Alex Caruso, but Caruso able to carve out a role in the NBA bubble, win a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers back in 2020 because he was able to hit three-pointers consistently and defend at a really high level. Mac McClung does not have that defensive ability, but he has more offensive ability. And for an organization in Golden State that prioritizes offense, Mac McClung, maybe he cracks this roster or ends up playing with the Santa Cruz Warriors down the road. Are you familiar with Mac McClung? If you've been on YouTube, you probably are. If you're not, that's fine. Let me know in the comment section, though. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. This guy, a very intriguing player. To the latest injury update on James Wiseman. Scrimmage 5-on-5 earlier this week. He got light work yesterday. The Warriors alternating heavy and light days as far as his workload, and he seems to be responding well coming off the knee injury. The torn meniscus in his right knee that caused him to miss his entire sophomore campaign. Now, the Warriors are going to start playing their NBA Summer League games in Las Vegas in front of packed arenas on the campus of UNLV. James Wiseman still on track to appear at some point in Las Vegas. Jonathan Kuminga also joining the team in Vegas as well. He did practice, but his debut not yet determined. What I want to see from James Wiseman at the NBA Summer League, first and foremost, has to stay healthy. He was banged up a lot as a rookie after being that number 2 pick ahead of LaMelo Ball. We know how that played out. And then he missed his entire second season. Need to see him stay healthy. He's an instrumental piece for this franchise, not just next year, but of course moving forward. I also want to see him move fluidly, coming off that knee injury. He was doing that when he was trying to rehab coming off that knee injury where the dude was looking like a problem, right? In a good way. I don't want to see him afraid to shoot the basketball. During his rookie campaign, he flashed that elbow, Jay. He flashed the baseline, Jay. He took a couple of threes, and the stroke is pretty clean. I want to see him, even if he misses it, I want to see him continue to chuck. Rim protection and rim running. This guy has a lot of defensive potential. And just imagine the Warriors with a healthy Wiseman. Throughout this dynasty run, they have not had a big this gifted. Kevon Looney, great player, right? Especially in this culture, in this system. He's not athletically gifted like James Wiseman, nor was Andrew Bogut or David Lee right before this dynasty started to take hold. So, look, James Wiseman, a healthy player on this team, he can be a problem. Who'd you mention? Good day, mate, for Andrew Bogut, the Aussie and former #1 pick way back in the day. Where did he play his basketball? He played his basketball at Utah. If you're excited about James Wiseman, I want to hear from you in the comment section right now. I mean, this guy is a focal point of what the Warriors want to accomplish moving forward. If you're excited about Wiseman and to see him in the NBA Summer League, let's hope he can stay healthy. It's for the greater good of the NBA because this guy has ridiculous talent. Type JW in the comment section. And would you look at this? Golden State Warriors today approaching 40,000 subscribers. You see the numbers right now. Currently, 39,508 people are subscribed to Warriors today. Last month, we picked up nearly 9,000 subs, all-time performance in the history of Chat Sports. Let's get to 40,000 subs by the end of the week. We need 492 people to sign up for the best Warriors coverage in order to accomplish that goal. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV, or just hit that red subscribe button. Let's pivot to some Warriors rumors in NBA free agency. Could Golden State pursue Eric Bledsoe? So the Portland Trail Blazers expected to release him at any point over the next couple of days. And by the time you see this, he might already be an NBA free agent. It was Shams Charania on the 6th of July who relayed this news on Twitter. Trailblazers plan to waive guard Eric Bledsoe ahead of his guaranteed date approaching, sources tell The Athletic. He's entering his 13th NBA season. Several teams are expected to pursue Eric Bledsoe as a free agent. And his career can be looked at in a couple of ways. Early on, he was really good. Last couple of years, he has not been that. But 2013 to 2017, you look at the numbers right here. He was playing awesome basketball for Phoenix. And a couple of years after that, averaged nearly 19 points per, 6 dimes, 45% from the deck, 34% from three, before really three-point shots started to take a firm grasp of NBA offensive systems. But then the last couple of years and last year, just not good. He really fell off very, very quickly. 10 points per game, 4 dimes, and then you look at the shooting numbers that have continued to go downhill. Now, that was a long time ago when he was playing really good basketball. It has been pretty much downhill ever since those prime years that we talked about. And you're looking at a player, like I said, who's had a couple of different careers. Really good moments and then really bad moments. But if the Warriors want to bulk up the guard spot and some of their bench players for a guy who I think is going to be really cheap. And if he's thinking that he's going to land a big deal in free agency, no way that's going to happen. He's going to have to sign a short-term deal, and it's going to have to be a cheap deal. And the Warriors don't have a lot of money to play around with. They do have some needs at that guard spot. Shoot, it could just be a preseason competition to bring in Eric Bledsoe as the guy who's playing at that all-star level for a little while to just increase the competition level during Warriors practices in the preseason and give him an opportunity to win a roster spot. Now, I saw a couple of people ask me, Chase, can Eric Bledsoe make up for the void of losing Gary Payton II? No, he's not that type of defensive player, more of an offensive-heavy guy. But as a backup guard, I wouldn't necessarily hate it if you get him on the extreme cheap. Should the Warriors sign Eric Bledsoe? Dub Nation, speak up, show out. S for sign, P for pass. I'm going to go ahead and type my P for pass, but let me know in the comments section. Also, I want to challenge you here. Tweet me a picture of you supporting the Golden State Warriors. You see my Twitter handle down below, @Chase_Senior. Every one of you who tweets me a picture of you supporting the Warriors, we will feature you on the show. @Chase_Senior. Tweet me right now a picture of you supporting the reigning NBA champions, and hopefully we can show you some love on a future Golden State Warriors today.